Hey everybody, from Mission Control here. Yeah, I'm a bit of a child. We're here in my office. Just thought again, this will be like Shoeing with Jude addendum. Like I said in one of the previous videos, um, talk about some of the school related stuff, university related stuff. So right now, it's official. I am enrolled. This letter is to certify the above name is enrolled as a part-time student on the professional doctorate in elite performance at the University of Lancashire. So it's official. I met with my supervisors this week, three supervisors. We discussed sort of the next 6 months. There's a form. Right now, I'm working on a literature review for this form. The form is an RDSC2. Basically, it's going to lay out the plan for the future study. That's where I hope those people that are watching that own horses, that train horses, that are farriers, veterinarians, will be willing to participate. And I'll give you a little bit of detail on that. Just for people wondering, like, why I'm in the UK system. Like 8 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, um, Royal Veterinary College had a program, a graduate program for farriers, veterinarians interested in learning how to do novel research. So farrier science is a wide open field. I might have said it before. If I'm repeating myself, I apologize. Um, Most of the studies that exist out there have been done by veterinarians. Very limited amount been done by farriers. Those of you that own horses, that are in the business, get we farriers are out in the field doing the day to day. So the feeling was the creation of this graduate program is to give the tools for us to go out there and do novel research. And it's fairly involved. I mean, there's designing the study, executing the study, then analyzing the data. But if it can be done, when it can be done, it's valuable information because we are doing things, as you know, on a daily, weekly, monthly basis with horses, and we're getting results. And the thing is, we should be able to quantify why it is if we make certain changes to the feet, we get those results. And the only real way to do that is through study. So, graduated from that program basically in the middle of COVID. My hope was to pursue a PhD with my supervisor at the time, Dr. Thilo Fau, who's a noted gait. He does a lot of gait studies, a lot of research on horses. He's currently now at University of Calgary, actually in the midst of doing a big study with farrier interventions and gait analysis, impact on gait, farrier impact on gait. So with COVID, that didn't work out. University of Edinburgh has a great equine science program, which I'll speak about. I know some people out there go like, "Oh, equine science, like, what does that really mean at the end of the day?" Well, if you have any sort of background in the horse industry, which I did, taking some graduate level courses because it was a graduate level program, you will learn quite a bit, which has actually influenced some of my decision making and thought process with some of the horses I work on. You start to see the whole picture of the horse, not just looking from the coronary and down. So I'll talk about. I hope to interview the program director at Edinburgh. Why? So I'm in the UK system. UK system has levels. So I graduate with a master's in science from Edinburgh. And unfortunately, the dean of the vet school there was not big on a remote PhD. The tendency is a lot of people start these programs and don't finish, and the university, excuse me, is laying out funding at times for people. So the feeling was like, yeah, we could appeal and we could try, but it didn't seem likely. Fortunately, I was speaking at an event, which I'll cover in episode 4. I met Dr. Lindsay St. George, who's a researcher at the University of Lancashire, formerly the University of Central Lancashire. And she asked me, or she wondered, like, would you apply to us? Now, Lancashire is attached to Myerscough. Myerscough is the big Farrier college in the UK. So it's all sort of falling in line. If you follow any other farriers, Dr. Simon Curtis is a farrier, longtime farrier in the UK, top guy. Met him a few years ago at a clinic here in the States. Super nice guy. He went on to get his doctorate from Lancashire, so, or Myerscough, but one of the two schools he went to. Again, the UK offers these types of programs where the US, this is not really something that exists. You know, unfortunately, equine science, while although we have a number of vet schools, New Jersey just opened a new vet school. New York, it's got a vet school now in Long Island. Um, this prevalence is kind of a niche science, a niche area of research and interest. And the UK, this is a part of their culture. This is a part of their life, including Western Europe. I mean, Western Europe, there's a lot of schools that have equine related programs. So this is where I'm at. Finishing up my literature review. Literature review is basically what are the studies that are out there in the field that I'm looking to go down, synthesize basically these studies and see where the gaps are, where the holes are. What's difficult for me is the reality is this has never been done. You know, nobody has ever looked at or measured what farriers are doing and sort of compared and contrast. My master's dissertation was in fact doing that, and I highlight that on social media a couple of times. I basically looked at 8 sport horse farriers, shoeing horses in front, jumpers, warm bloods, and what, if any, changes they make pre and post intervention. And then take those measurements and compare and contrast. And are those measurements significant when looking at Farrier A to Farrier B or Farrier A to Farrier Z? You know, so, and interestingly, they're not significant, you know, which leads me to this study, which will basically be looking at farriers in the US, UK, and Canada and sort of comparing and contrasting and seeing, all right, what, if anything, do we do differently? And environment's impact. There's so many things. The work that the horse is in, breed, weight, height, all of those things influence the foot and how the foot grows. So my hope is continue to stay tuned with this channel, continue to watch the program, like and subscribe, and I'm hoping in the next 6 months or so to get to that stage where I'm going to be seeking your help to do some of this examination. And the reality is yes, peer-reviewed journal articles are very difficult to get published. I've tried now 4. We're in the midst of basically amending and revising. One of them will never really get to the finish line, which is kind of disappointing. Actually, if you get the American Farriers Journal, the story, the lay article about me going back to school after being out of college since the 90s. And I talk about what's influenced me to go back to school and now follow through on this journey. So a lot of good stuff coming. I hope that you enjoy it. I hope that it's maybe answers some questions down the line or helps you in maybe decision making. Listen, I think school is a great thing. It just gives you more knowledge. I don't know where this doctorate takes me. Maybe the doctorate takes me nowhere and I'm shoeing horses, which, if that's what it's got to be, that's what it's got to be. If it opens up some doors to do some research, to do some more lecturing, uh, awesome. I enjoy doing it. I'm now enjoying sort of connecting with everybody, talking to other farriers, talking to other professionals from the sciences and stuff like that. So if it takes me in that direction, awesome. So either way, I hope you stay tuned. I hope you like and subscribe, and I appreciate you being here and stopping by. Have a good day.